Hello, Greencastle and Putnam County. I'm here today with my friend Kerry Williams, who's running for County Council. Today, even though I have a lot of things that I'm involved with in the community, I'm here as a citizen interested in learning more about our local candidates. Kerry is running in the Republican primary, which at the time of us recording this, early voting starts next week. I don't know when this will get pushed out, but the primary is here. And Kerry and I have known each other for a long time, and I wanted to give other people a chance to get to know him and also learn more about Kerry, because our relationship's kind of in passing often, and I don't get a lot of time to sit down and talk to Kerry. So thanks for coming.
Yes.
I appreciate you being here.
Yes.
All of these interviews that I'm talking to people, I want to start as far back as you're willing to go. Most have started at childhood.
Okay.
But just tell me more about who you are and where you come from.
So I'm Kerry Williams, live here in Greencastle Township with my wife Pam. Pretty much a lifelong resident of Putnam County outside of a few years at school and short stint with work that brought me back home. But we operate a business on the east side of Putnam County where we sell agricultural inputs, work with my son, and pretty much throughout pretty much all of Putnam County. So it's pretty much a fast forward to childhood till today, but that's where we are.
Yeah. What inspired you to run during this cycle? Because have you been involved in campaigns before?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this is my first stint.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad has talked to all of us about, I say all of us, all of our family, that if you're not willing to help, don't complain.
Mm.
So I've got friends in local government, and I hear some issues that need addressed,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe I can work with other board members to come up with a solution.
I heard from some interviewing congressional candidates as well, and a candidate I interviewed yesterday said, or not yesterday, a couple days ago, he said, my wife was tired of me complaining and said, if you're going to complain, go run, get involved.
Right.
So I respect that.
It looks like there's an opportunity at the board, the county council board. I think there's 3 candidates to be filled, and 5 people running from the Republican ticket. So there's other people wanting to help too.
That's good. I'm always a fan of as many candidates as possible. I think giving options. We were talking about this off camera. I'm a big believer in options.
Yeah.
I think primaries are really important and healthy, and I love to see competitive primaries.
Right.
Yeah. But as the candidate, I'm sure, it's stressful, right? How has it been so far running in the couple of months since declaring?
I've had a few people ask me, what are you thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not sure. But I don't know. There's several people have come to me and said, thank you for offering to help. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's kind of where I'm at, is I want to try and give back. So we do live in a pretty neat community. Mm-hmm. I want to maintain that.
Yeah. And you've given back in other ways in the past. What are some of the things you've been involved with?
Locally, I've been on the Putnam County Soil and Water Board for a few terms. Mm-hmm. We'll just say that.
You're a senior member.
Right. Been active at Greencastle Christian Church, local Quail Forever group, the Masonic Lodge in Greencastle, several years at the Putnam County Extension, a lot of years at the Putnam County 4-H, specifically the shooting sports. Been a volunteer there for a long time, which is good. Education is good.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very important. What, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Is there anything else that you've found yourself involved with over the years?
Those are probably the highlights.
Yeah.
First to mind.
Yeah, I know you've done a lot more, but it's hard to summarize.
Right.
What are you hearing from people about what the county needs, and if you were to be elected, what people would expect from you?
One of the immediate things that comes to mind is we train a lot of employees in Putnam County, and education is expensive, and we can train people to be better employees, only to be lost to another county or another business with higher wages. And there is no clear-cut answer, but that's something that needs to be addressed and see what we can do.
Yeah.
There's not a clear-cut answer.
Right. It definitely is something to focus on.
Yes.
In any organization or business, training can be the most expensive, and
yes,
it's so much more cost-effective to retain an employee, even if you have to pay them a little more than it is to train someone every 6 months or a year. So I definitely could see that. I'm not too familiar with the county operations when it comes to employees, but I see that in businesses all the time, so I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Right. I think I've read in the paper where we've lost a few deputies from the sheriff's department to other counties. That's unfortunate, but that's where we are.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that all the time with county and city employees, and
Right.
particularly police. I hear that a lot. And it's sad. You want to keep good people in the community, and you can't blame someone for going
Right.
after a higher wage.
If they can better themselves,
yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, totally understand. That's fair. I know you're a busy man, and you could only really be with me today because it's so wet outside.
Right.
But when you have some free time, what do you like to do?
Well, I haven't experienced that yet. We spend a lot of family time, and then outside of that, we have had a long run with sporting events, be it fishing or shooting sports, or we've frequented basketball games in West Lafayette and football games.
Yeah.
So
There's been some good basketball games happening up north.
yes, there has.
Or I guess they're not up north right now, but
It's been fun to watch.
yeah, I bet.
So mostly just family time, I guess.
Yeah.
Or Masonic Lodge. I spend a lot of time there.
I know you keep very busy there.
Yeah.
Someone has to.
Yes.
It's important to
Yes.
be involved.
Right.
Speaking of the team up north, I've jumped on the bandwagon. I don't have a college basketball team, and I know that's kind of sacrilegious to say. Growing up in Chicago, there's not a really clear-cut team you support. A lot of people choose Northwestern and Notre Dame,
Yeah.
Illinois sometimes, and I kind of got on the Illinois bandwagon, but it's been really fun to support both Purdue and ISU.
Yes.
I wish they were in the same tournament, but it's kind of nice this way. They can both win this way.
They're making basketball better in Indiana.
Yeah. And then next year with Caitlin Clark coming,
Yes.
probably, most likely, it's a good time to be a Hoosier basketball fan.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what do you love about our community?
Probably the small town and the networking. We're never too far away from people involved. And if you're not careful, you're going to get nudged to be involved.
Ain't that the truth?
So that's good and bad, but,
Yeah.
but it's good. And there's a lot of accountability that way. Well, you've experienced it. If we haven't seen you at a meeting, we might say, "Hey, Vince, where you been?"
And I always say, I promise I'm coming back soon. I did pay my dues. I don't know if you got those, but I did pay them. Sorry, I thought it was automated. But as you know, you get pulled in the different directions and
Life gets busy.
life gets busier.
Right.
I will be back soon though.
No pun intended. I'm just,
My big fear is I'll come back and then you'll make me be in charge of something.
I know.
But I've really, not to go on, this is really about you and about your candidacy, but being involved with the Masonic Lodge has been something that, even though I'm this involved compared to you or other people or how much I wish I could be, it's been nice to really connect with people who, I don't know when I would have met you if it wasn't for Lodge. I mean, eventually through family we met, or we became even closer, but that's something I really love about being involved with the Masonic Lodge, is just meeting so many different people.
There's several people there that I would hope I would not have met, since there's a lot of law enforcement there.
Yeah.
But they've become good friends.
It's a great organization. It's something I hope to see, the brotherhood, the willingness to come together that Masons represent in all aspects of life. And I think you're kind of similar. Obviously you have your own beliefs and concerns and passions, but I've always known you to be someone to listen and engage and never write someone off just because of X, Y, or Z.
Well, that's the neat thing about Lodge. You pretty much check your own opinions at the door and work together.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that are on opposite sides of the street there. But when we're in the Lodge, we're one.
Yeah.
One family.
I really appreciate that. And that's what excites me about you running, is I know that you are an open-minded person. And
Yes.
while you're going to listen, and we're all human, so we all have our own biases and experiences, but that you're a genuinely good person who will listen. And not to say anyone else isn't, but I know you and I know that. What do you want people to know about you? Someone who doesn't know you but goes in to vote in the primary. What do you want them to know about you?
Probably that the intentions I bring to the council is to work with the other board members to make good decisions, responsible decisions. Sometimes they may be hard decisions, but I think with communication and education, we can make those.
I mean, it's no secret. I love communication.
Right.
I love government transparency and getting people involved. That's something that's important to me, and it always makes me happy to hear when someone says communication is an important value to them.
Right.
So one thing I like to do in these interviews is give you an opportunity to kind of look at the camera and make your argument, right? So they're gonna have 5 choices. I don't know everyone well, but I'm assuming it's 5 good people who are hard to choose from. What makes you different, or what should someone know when they have to choose between those 5 people, why you should be one of the 3 they pick?
So I would like to think that people see me as level-headed.
Mm-hmm.
I value my faith.
Mm-hmm.
I value my family, and we have had a family-run business for several years.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes there's decisions that have to be made that are tough.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're working within a budget, that's a responsible decision.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I intend to bring. Let's make good decisions.
Yeah, that's fair. If someone wanted to reach out to you, ask you a question, try to support you, tell you you're wrong, whatever that may be, what's the best way for someone to reach you?
Social media is an easy button. I'm sure my phone number is available, 765-721-1245. Reach out to me.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to be here. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you want to share?
I don't think so.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you being here. Anytime you need something, give me a shout. And good luck in the primary.
Thanks for the opportunity, Vince.
Yeah, thank you very much.